Good group. We're not
Great
lively.
group. Anybody have any jokes? Feel free to tell them. Make sure they're clean. Because you just never know when somebody from Nissan might pop up. Actually, I think that's next week, which is going to be easy because I'm working with Todd, and I think he's doing most of the training.
Oh, nice. Well, we do have Kelly, but I feel like Kelly's not an ARC.
Kelly's awesome.
Definitely not.
Oh, she is. Oh, yeah? That's what you think. Oh, Kelly's very cool.
That's great. Kelly, I love seeing your face too. I don't know why you're hiding from us.
She's like me on a Friday. She's not showing off.
This isn't what I usually look like, so.
You look beautiful.
Thank you.
But I understand. Half the time I just throw up a picture.
And you can see my dad's handiwork in the back. He made that in his shop class when he was a kid in school.
Oh, that's beautiful.
Oh, that is so cool. Nice.
Wow. I love pieces like that tell a story and a keepsake. It's so important.
Yep.
So important. I love it.
Right next to you.
Sharing. I'll tell you, this chair is getting uncomfortable for me. Anybody have a good office chair for me? I wasn't expecting to be working out of the house this much.
Right. I didn't think that I'd be sitting at my dining room table so long.
Oh, yeah. Don't they have those expensive office chairs that are like $1,000 that the Silicon Valley internet geniuses use? I don't have one of those.
You know,
Chair.
Kelly, push this forward. Nissan needs to do zero gravity office chairs.
Ooh, what a great marketing idea.
Okay. Yes, I vote, yes.
14 different pressure points. Awesome. Either that, I should just go sit in my Rogue right now.
We have really cool chairs at work, but not for us at home, I guess.
Yeah, I went to pick up food last night, and I'm also sitting at a dining table, and I got into my Rogue to pick up the food, and I went, oh gosh, I don't ever want to get out. This is what I'm supposed to be sitting in. What a difference.
The minute we start manufacturing vehicles with massaging seats, I'm going to be doomed because I'm going to be driving like this.
Right. Well, that's where autonomy might come in.
Yeah, that and Pro Pilot Assist, the 2.0 kind that's coming down the road, would be really bad for me. Gee, I have to drive all the way from Keyport, New Jersey, back to Exton, PA. I think I'm going to take a nap.
Right. Exactly.
You have to have your eyes on, your eyes have to be open because the camera has to see that your eyes are engaged. Otherwise, it automatically shuts off. The Pro Pilot 2.0 that I hope we get on the Rogue. Wouldn't that be cool? I don't know if that's going to happen. Hey, it's 2 o'clock. Guess what time it is?
Party.
It's time for Christine to start training with Wendy. So here we are. Welcome, everyone. Thank you so much for taking the time out and joining us today. I realize that you could be a lot of other places right now. I really, really appreciate you taking the time out of your day to spend it with us. We hope you're doing well. Wishing you all the best for your family. Meantime, this is a great way to keep up to speed on what's going on with Nissan. And I really hope that you enjoy this presentation. So we have two types of training with Nissan. We have Nissan Best. I know you guys are familiar with me from the Nissan Best program. For those of you that might not be, I'm a trainer for Nissan Best. This is our product training. So is Wendy, by the way, but I'm going to let her talk about herself in a moment. Nissan Best is all about new vehicle launches, technical training, some sales training as well, but today is going to be a little bit different. This is NGAGE training. So NGAGE training is process, and we're coming up with a new way to navigate through this entire pandemic that we're going through. This would be considered a process topic. Sorry, I'm letting folks in right now. I think everyone's jumping in. So NGAGE training is all about sales processes and navigating different types of events like COVID-19. Again, welcome. I hope you're all staying happy and healthy, and y'all are experiencing peace. And remember, this too shall pass. So anyway, I'm a trainer for Nissan. My territory is Pennsylvania, east of Harrisburg, up to the Poconos, right? Then northern Delaware, itty bitty, teeny weeny part of Delaware. And then I have New Jersey from, I like to say, it used to be Route 22 on down south, but I'd say central New Jersey south. Been doing this for coming up on about 8 years. Wendy, go. Oh, Wendy, you are muted.
I'm now unmuted.
Oh, Wendy won't go. Yeah, maybe not. That's okay. You all right? You see, there's a little thing called aliens. You know, I have an alien meme. I should throw it up there. It's got to be aliens. Anybody ever watch the History Channel?
Yes.
No? Yeah, you do. Of course you do. It's aliens. All right, let's keep it moving and a grooving. Sam, you're not smiling. All right, let's talk about Zoom.
Now I am.
There you are.
Good. I want to see you smile, man. Jeez. So let me get started by sharing my screen.
You got to do something funny.
I got to do something funny? You missed my giveaway. I was busy being funny before you got here.
All right.
You were giving away? You get this for participation. And if you come up with some really like pithy comments, maybe some of this if you're really nice. Some hand sanitizer. Maybe one of these. Little selfie ring for recording videos. You never know. I'm just kidding. Anywho, so let's talk about Zoom. For those of you that are new with Zoom, you might find this particularly helpful. So there's a variety. First of all, what I'd like you to do is some of you, I believe, are using a type of like a computer, whether it be a laptop, PC, MacBook Pro. I'd like you to take your cursor and allow it to hover over the bottom of this screen. When you do so, you're going to see various controls like these that are listed here. The first one is mute, unmute. Make sure you're muted unless you have something that you'd like to contribute. The start video, oh yeah, thank you, Wendy. And then the start video comes right after that. If you have a line running through the video, it means you are incognito, like Miss Kelly. You don't have to worry about security. And if you want to start your video, just go ahead and click on that. You do have the option of selecting various virtual backgrounds if you so choose. You do need a computer or a tablet that has a 7 processor. Oh, and for those of you that are using tablets or smartphones, I say hold the device vertically, upper right-hand corner. You're going to see some of these controls. I know you'll see mute. You will see the chat. You'll see the participants. Now, if you select participants, when you select participants, what happens is you're going to see a list of everyone participating in this training today, and you'll have access to a hand raise. What I'd like all of you to do is, pretty please with sugar on top, please raise your hand and say hi. Awesome. And then what I'd like you to do is, if you have a question, raise your hand. And Wendy is going to let me know that you have a question, and then we will unmute you, or you can unmute yourself. And what do you want to do, Wendy? You unmute them or let them unmute? They can it's a small enough group. They can unmute, right? Yes, you unmute, and then you'll be able to ask your question if you so choose. The chat is a great way to communicate with one another. Go ahead and click on that, and you will have access to everyone. So hopefully you're not writing anything like this is boring. But hopefully it won't be boring. If it is, right, this is boring, Wendy will tell me, and I will try to make it not boring, right? Recording. We are recording this for Nissan, so let's keep it a little clean. We don't need, if we do need closed caption, let me know. I can enable that function, and we're not going to break out into any sections. No one's going to, unless you want to break out, like, you know, break dance. Anybody want to do that? Yeah, all right. Anyway, questions about that? She's already breaking out. I'm breaking out right here. See? Just kidding. All right. Anyway, so we're going to keep it moving. Hopefully. Oh, we already talked about this. Oh, polls. Oh, my goodness. I did not talk about polls. It just so happens. We do a lot of polling in this just so you don't get bored. Hopefully, you're going to have fun with this. Wendy, I think it is time for our very first poll. Let's go ahead and present the icebreaker poll.
It is. So, poll. Okay, let's launch this poll. And if you could have any superpower, what would it be out of this list of wonderful things? I'm always dreaming I'm flying. Super strength. Maybe you want to be invisible so you can hear what the folks are saying at your table. Maybe you want to read minds so you know how to close the deal. Or time travel, forward or backward, win the lottery, woo! What do we want? All right, so I'm going to end the poll. You guys can see, woo, flying, invisibility, reading minds, time travel all came in, and I'm going to showcase those for you. And there you are.
Travels. I want to go back to 1995 and shake down Jeff Bezos for some Amazon stock. How about you?
That'd be lovely. Yes, the more the merrier. Big yachts.
Yes. So Wendy, really quickly, can you see if folks are trying to get into the meeting?
Let me see.
Oh, there we are. Okay, I'm trying to get into my own meeting.
Oh, okay. You got it?
Yep, we're all good.
Good.
Okie dokie schmokey. Thank you. Oh, what was the top of, what was it? It was time travel?
Time travel, I believe, was it. I can go back.
Yeah, nice.
Time travel. Yes, let's share that again. There it is.
Okay. Oh, time travel. Yeah, my favorite.
Yep.
All right, cool. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Moving and grooving. You guys know me, you know, I like to keep it moving. So normally I'd be happy to be in your dealership today to present to you whatever Nissan training that we might be conducting, whether it would be like the beautiful new Altima or that fabulous Sentra that we just came out with, but these are not normal times, as you know. Today's remote training workshop proves the truth of our topic that you all have the tools to stay connected to your customers while still maintaining social distancing. And during these times, it is critical that we continue to communicate with and engage with our customers. You all know this, it's not about selling right now, but it is all about continuing to meet our customers' needs. You guys are problem solvers. You can help match your customer with the vehicle of their dreams and the vehicle that's going to solve, you know, what it is that they need to use it for. So if a customer needs a vehicle now, hey, you can still move that sales process forward either using digital tools such as this one, Zoom, or safe in-person interactions with them. Any way you choose to connect with your customers, always remember that effective, appropriate communication can always build lasting relationships. People will remember how they were treated for a really long time. And then the ways that you can stay connected to customers do depend on your dealership's policies and current status. We have sales consultants and managers and even some regional folks from a variety of different areas in Pennsylvania, New Jersey. I'm not sure if we have anyone from Northern Delaware or not. If so, let me know. So let's see where everyone stands right now. So it's time for another poll, Wendy. How about presenting poll number 2, dealership status?
Yes, ma'am. So what is your current dealership status? Are you open? Are you limited hours? Maybe limited staff? Appointment only. We've got appointment only 2 for that. Virtual is also a choice. What is going on? All right, we've got 4 for appointment only out of 5. We've got 1 virtual only. I'm going to end that poll and I'm going to share the results. That's how we're looking, Miss Christine.
Right. Yep, Southeastern PA and Central South Jersey. Here we are, appointment only, virtual only. All right. Thank you for that.
Yeah, thank you guys.
Was that?
I said thank you.
Oh, my pleasure. Okay, because your sales activities depend on your dealership's status and policies, we're going to start by discussing broader dealership best practices and considerations. So this is going to include both digital retailing and in-store best practices. And then we're going to discuss activities that you can do to remain connected with your customers. Now, your dealership status and certain policies may be and probably are being dictated by federal, state, and local guidelines that change on a daily basis. Holy heck. They have updates every hour or so, it seems, depending on what you're watching on TV. Of course, we must follow these governmental guidelines. The information that we discussed today should be viewed within the framework of regulations and guidelines from these higher authorities. That being said, your dealership may be tackling today's challenges in a number of ways. And while you don't have control over the dealership policies, it's vital that you understand and rigorously follow these policies. So let's review some of the tactics your dealership may have adopted or might currently have in the works. Now, we're all, oh, I'm sorry. No, am I way. I'm sorry, I got ahead of myself. I got all excited. So we're all doing a lot of online shopping today, right? I know I am. My problem is I'm getting like emails about 50% off here, 75% off here. I'm doing too much shopping. I got to just cut it down. Either way, no matter what you call it, we all call it digital retailing or online commerce or internet sales, which BDC has been around for a while, right? Whatever the name, it's obvious that a process allowing vehicle shoppers to complete steps of the sales process online will reduce the time spent face-to-face in a dealership. Now, we're all in various stages of implementing digital retailing. You as sales consultants or sales managers are still such a vital part of the sales process. Your opportunity lies in embracing the future changes and making the changes work for you and for your customers. I am certain you've seen your store offer customers new ways to communicate and interact, and maybe some additional web-based tools are available. These and your own individual digital tools that we're going to discuss in a moment will help you make even more connections and remain connected to your customers. Ooh, I'm going to let in Jessica.
Ooh.
Oh, I just went backwards. Sorry, I'm not good at doing two things at the same time. All right, so bet you want to know what the heck this is. This is our Nissan Modern Retail Handbook. This is a 73-page document that walks your page through an evaluation of your current sales process and implementation of new policies. I'm not going to call this a light read or anything like that, but it is very helpful, and I suggest you just take a look at it since you have a little extra time right now. And currently, the vast majority of Nissan dealerships require customers to visit the store to complete most of the sales process. Changes to your dealership conditions and processes can make customers feel a lot more ease during these times when they do have to visit. So some of these may include some spacing out appointments, right? Or vehicle pickup and drop off, or scheduled cleaning of store surfaces and vehicle touch points. That's really important these days. Maybe cleaning those vehicles immediately before and after a demonstration drive, preferably when the customer can see you doing it. How about making sure that hand sanitizer is available for customer and employee use throughout the dealership? They're going to want to see you guys using it too. And then creating a video is a great idea. I've seen some stores doing this already. Introducing new owners to the service manager and the service department, which is replacing face-to-face introductions for the time being. Now, all of these policies and procedures may be communicated in writing to your employees. Talk to your manager if you're not quite sure what these guidelines specifically are. And just as important is communicating these policies to our customers so they can enjoy peace of mind when they do come to visit you at the dealership. And of course, it's vital that every dealership employee demonstrates to customers that they are following the dealership guidelines. Here's why. If a customer notices that the dealership is saying one thing, the employees are doing another thing, all trust is lost. We work so hard gaining and retaining the trust of our customers. We don't want to lose it now, especially these days when everything seems so uncertain. Be the constant in their lives. So speaking of which, how about a question? What else are your dealerships doing to make customers feel safe and comfortable right now? Feel free to type something in the chat, or if you have something to say, raise your hand and Wendy will unmute you. Oh, I see Lou. Hi, Lou. We have a lot of folks here.
We do.
So what else are your dealerships doing to make customers feel safe and comfortable? What do you have, Wendy?
I don't have anything so far in the chat. And I'm looking for hands raised here, but I don't see anyone there either. We're a little shy right now, Miss Christine.
Ooh, Kristen Hart says steering wheel covers. What a great idea. Gear shifter covers. Awesome.
Oh, Russell has his hand raised.
Okay.
So let's unmute you, Russell. Go ahead. Oh, hold on. Oh, I can't unmute him. I think I don't know if he has audio. So Russell, if you want, write it in the chat. And then we will see what it is that you are doing. I think that just came through. Bubble wrap the salesman, Armin.
Nice. Thank you, Armin.
Video walkarounds, Jessica.
Ooh, that's fantastic. Yeah.
Armin said, I knew you'd like that.
I love that. I'm one of those people, I get the bubble wrap, I start snapping it. Can't help myself.
Right here's where you need to bubble wrap.
What's that?
You need to bubble wrap my mouth.
No, never. No, you do an awesome job. All right, thank you, everyone. As I said, it's vital that you understand and follow your dealership policies, but What else can you do as a sales consultant or a sales manager to create a positive customer experience during these times? Good question. Let's find out.
Well, I also have Kristen just chimed in too. She said text or email. Insurance and registration are being text or emailed ahead of time to minimize contact. That's great.
Fantastic.
And then from Kristen too, she entered in, along with the steering wheel covers, gear shift covers, I think it's face masks, and calls with customers from car, or FaceTime. Okay, cool.
Oh, that's a great idea. Yeah, we're going to get to that. That's awesome, Kristen. We're going to talk about that in just one moment. Hey, one thing hasn't changed. When you interact with a customer, you're the face of the dealership. You guys already know that. Your actions, your knowledge, your attitude will reflect such a positive desire to fulfill your customers' needs, no matter what the circumstances are. We want to help our customers. So social media, email, and other electronic communications are a great way to stay connected to our customers, whether they're holding off their purchase until conditions improve or they need to buy a vehicle right now. And several current VA articles offer suggestions for improving your social media presence. Here comes Justine. So we're going to post a link to all of these articles at the end of this, either that or type in your email if you've just joined us, and we will email you a list of all these links to these articles that we're going to post. They are really helpful. I hope you enjoy them. Now, here are a few of the best practices that you're going to find in some of these articles, one of which is offering an interesting mix of posts will give your social media channels personality. It will also make them a source of helpful or entertaining information. Customers that will appreciate that information and possibly share with others. Okay, sorry, I think I lost myself. I hate it when I lose myself. All right, I found myself again. Hey, so some items that are worth sharing include positive notes about your dealership support of community organizations. I am a big Girl Scout cookie fan. Some of you guys already know that because I tend to bring candy and treats to my dealers when I come in for training because I do like sugar. How about informative posts about new models or technology from the Nissan social media channels? One of my favorites is the Nissan News channel on YouTube, or Nissan USA on YouTube as well. Entertaining items from Nissan social media sites. There's a lot of information out there, some behind the scenes with some of the designers that create our concept vehicles. Those are really interesting to take a look at. What about this one? Vehicle-related tips, such as ways to optimize fuel efficiency, or how about this one? When you're not driving your vehicle for a while, you have to check the tire pressure to make sure that you don't have low tire pressure in one of the wheels, right? Like, we're not doing as much driving as we used to. Articles about that might be really helpful for today's customer. And something that I want to just remind you, although I have a feeling that a lot of you guys are already doing this, check your social media sites at least twice a day so that you can respond to inquiries or acknowledge comments in a timely manner. Promptness is appreciated and expected online, just as it would be at the dealership. And make sure that you understand and follow your dealerships and Nissan's standards for social media activity. So here they are. I'm pretty sure you're pretty well aware of all of this, so we're just going to review this really quickly. Of course, we don't want to speak on or post on behalf of Nissan. Only designated individuals such as Nissan's corporate communications staff are authorized to speak on behalf of Nissan. Please do not display or use the Nissan logo or other trademarks for commercial use or financial gain on any social media. We just want to think before sharing. Why is that? I'm sure you already know that the minute you post something on social media, it is available for everyone to see. So a best practice that I like to use is don't post anything that you don't want your mother to look at, right? That's a pretty good guideline. And when you're promoting Nissan products, which I highly encourage you to do, by the way, make it clear that you are a dealership employee and that the views expressed are yours, even though everyone knows the Altima is fantastic. Please do not make statements about Nissan, suppliers, competitors, customers, services, or products that are intentionally and recklessly false, violent, or threatening. And please do not use language or engage in conduct on social media that violates Nissan's policies on sexual and other harassment. And please do not disclose any non-public information about vehicle models or pricing. Again, we will make this all available to you at the end of the presentation. Any communications right now should have a very light, tactful touch. We want to be 100% focused on what they need and what their wants are. I know none of you would do this, but just a reminder, don't be tone deaf. The situation, all transparent, be your usual what you're doing to fulfill their needs in the safest, most expedient way possible. It's all about safety though right now. And then be authentic like you would be ordinarily and continue to build your trust. Every little bit of compassion and reassurance always helps. And in addition, a recent article from Inc. magazine recommended 6 emails you shouldn't send to your customers and 2 that you should during a pandemic. Well, the article is not automotive specific. It does contain some good advice. Let's talk about that. So here's a list of emails you shouldn't be sending. Number 1 would be bulk emails to inactive customers. Number 2, fake friendly emails that obviously try to use this crisis as a way to build rapport. How about this? Any email that begins with, hope you're doing well, and hey, how would you like to buy a car? How about this? Any email that includes sales specific terms such as free or guaranteed. Customers just don't want to hear about that right now. And any email asking for a payment, even if it's late. So what emails should you send? The Inc. article recommends vehicles on how can I help out during this time? Or here's what I can and here's what I can't do right now. And if and only if a customer is interested, you can supply topical information such as this article about caring for a car that's not driven on a daily basis. Again, a link to this article will be provided at the end of our presentation today. And again, this type of information should be shared only when the customer agrees to receive it. As a sales consultant or even a sales manager, we don't want to broadcast pandemic-related information on social media or via email. It could come across as an exploitation of the tragedy that we're all enduring today. And when done right, which I know you all are already doing all of this so well, all of these communications can help reassure customers that you and your dealership are at their service during a very challenging time. So let's say your emails or your social media posts have connected with the customer and they're ready to take the next step towards purchasing their brand new Nissan. Well, their next move may be to visit your dealership website. So it's time for another poll. We're going to do poll number 3, Wendy.
All right.
We're going to talk about the dealership website capabilities. Please answer the question on your screen.
So how far into the sales process can a customer go in your dealership website? And if you don't know, that's totally cool too. We've got 1 not sure. I like the honesty. Are they able to, get general information off the dealership or search the inventory, maybe make an appointment for that demo drive, finalize F&I paperwork? We've got 1 for that.
Okay.
Select genuine Nissan accessories would be there on the website, maybe. Filling out the credit app, always a good one to be able to do on the website. So what's going on? I've got 1 for finalizing the paperwork, 1 not sure, 1 for genuine Nissan accessory lookup. Oh, I've got 1 for the credit app. I knew that was going to come at some point.
Awesome.
Yeah. How about making an appointment for the demo drive? Can you guys do that on your websites? That's great, especially in this time. For searching the inventory. I know you can search the inventory on your websites. I'm not sure why we don't have more answers for that.
Yeah, if you can't access the poll, let us know, would you? Let us know in the chat.
Are you supposed to check 1 box?
I think you can check more than 1 if you'd like.
I think.
Well, I thought like the highest one was finance. If you could finalize, then you could do all of them. So I didn't. I just checked 1.
You can do whatever you want, Justine. You're the queen.
Yeah. Yeah. Right.
And I think it is that you can just check 1. That's what I'm getting back in the chat from these guys. All right, I'm going to end this poll, show it to you. We'll share the results. And there we are. So filling out credit app and finalizing that documentation paperwork, they're the hot topics.
All right, cool. Thank you, Wendy. Thank you for that. Thank you for everyone participating. All right, so you've been talking to a customer via phone and email, and they have visited your dealer's website. Oh, one more thing before I go into this, because I want to talk about this. But if you did mark not sure on our poll, make sure you spend a little time checking out your dealership website to become more familiar with what's going on. Okay, so you've been
I'm sorry,
talking to the
excuse me.
customer via phone.
Christine, I'm sorry.
Yes, ma'am.
And I know there's other people that aren't at just our store here. Is there, that wasn't someone from my store, right? I just wanted, this way, if it is, I could have a conversation to make sure that they're aware.
I always do these polls, Justine, and I always type in "not sure" so I can lead myself and remind myself to talk about this.
All right, I was like, I hope not.
Somebody tells me everyone's visiting their dealership websites. I'm not worried about that.
Okay.
I just do it because I don't usually see it selected. So no, your store is fine.
Okay.
You know what?
I'm like,
Like ready to come down hard. Bam.
Yeah. That's great.
All right. Good. Keep it going.
Keep going.
I think I promised Rich or somebody that I was going to be finished by 3. So you've been talking to your customer via phone and email, and they visited your dealer's website. They have some questions about their desired vehicle. Normally, you would encourage them to come on in and visit you in your dealership, right? Well, a virtual walk around is a great alternative. It allows the customer to experience the vehicle from the safety of their home. You can focus in on the features that are meaningful to your customer and personalize the walk around to make your customer feel special. You can communicate enthusiasm, sincerity, personality, and there are 2 types of video walkarounds that I'm aware of. Go ahead and share any others that you might be aware of, but we're going to discuss 2 anyway. There's live and there's pre-recorded. Now, I like the live video chat because, like, say, you're using an app like Zoom or Skype or WhatsApp or WebEx or FaceTime. This is preferred, but of course, if your customer is not comfortable with the technology, pre-recorded video is always an option. Now, whether you choose a live interactive video walk around or a pre-recorded one, set up the best sound, lighting, staging, and content that you can achieve. And so here are some best practices. I feel like I need to stick a slide right before this one, but I didn't. Here it is. So for quality audio, you want to use your smartphone headphones with the built-in mic, and you want to make sure that your mic is not rubbing on your clothing or, in my case, my hair. I always have to think about this. It will result in a lot of feedback, and it's going to mess up your video, so be mindful of that. Those of you with short hair obviously don't have to worry about that. Great lighting will help the vehicle's appearance and yours. You might want to consider getting a selfie ring light that snaps onto your phone or on the back of your desk. Don't laugh, Armin. I could just hear you laughing right now. These are actually becoming a thing. They're getting really popular. Make sure, either way, whatever you decide to do, you want to position yourself so that most of the light is coming from in front of you. Like, I actually am sitting in front of a window. I also have a light on, so I'm facing the light. You also, if it's sunny out, you want to shoot in a shaded area or try to keep the sun to one side of the vehicle, and then stage your video to make the car the star. So, of course, you want to make sure it's clean. You want to park it against a neutral background. If you're in a lot, you want to park far away from other vehicles. You don't want the customer to be like, oh, maybe I want a GTR instead of an Altima. That's going to be a difficult switch to make. You want to make sure you have plenty of room to move around the vehicle when you're conducting your walk around, and then begin and end with wide angle shots of the vehicle, like a nice wide angle view. Customers are going to want to see the whole car or truck as well as the details. Now, the car is the star. You are a very important co-star as well. So you want to look right into the camera. If that makes you nervous, look right above the camera on your phone. Like when you're looking at the phone, maybe don't look at yourself, try to look at something else. I always say look at the top of it. I used to have horrible stage fright, and now I'm kind of over it. I know nobody's buying that, but I try not to look at myself if I am doing kind of selfie video. You want to frame yourself from the chest or waist up, not just your face, because they want to see, of course, the car around you. You want to address the customer by name. Hey, John. Engage the customer. You want to be creative. Demonstrate how some of the key features that the customer might have referred to in your conversations previously. Maybe call out 1 or 2 of those and demonstrate how these features can be a benefit in their lives. And then, of course, you always want to point or gesture to the areas or features that you are describing. So a live video chat allows for real-time interaction. They might have a question. You might be able to answer it in real time rather than having to recreate another video, right? Plus, you don't have to store the video anywhere. The live video chat is live. So real-time interaction will give you a greater sense of presence and it will allow you to engage with that customer. And it's also going to demonstrate how trendy you are, right? Because everybody's doing live video chat these days. I think even my mother was on a Skype call not too long ago. It's all about demonstrating that you're flexible, you're keeping up with the current trends to remain connected to your customers. Questions? All right, I'll keep it going. Here's some more best practices for a live video chat with the customer. You want to involve that customer. This is live. You are having a conversation with that customer. Even if they're here, they are on the other side of here. So this is essentially your customer. You want to make sure it's quiet. If you don't have a vehicle handy, you can always use the virtual screen function on Zoom. When you don't select a video, I think you can select that drop down and pick a virtual background. Maybe make it something Nissan like what we've done today. You also want to make sure the phone or the tablet is fully charged and that you have a solid internet connection. And then you want to test your audio by calling a coworker before actually contacting your customer. And before your first contact, record a practice session and check your performance. Are you speaking too fast? I know I do that a lot. I also say and like all the time. And the most important thing is make sure when you are panning using the camera, you go slow. Because I know you've all seen those videos on YouTube where they go like this and you get seasick. So questions, I'm seeing the chat room blow up.
Yeah, I was just chatting with Jessica. She was saying, you know, would you recommend pre-recording walkarounds of each model on hand, and then what would the timing be? And I know you're covering that too, Miss Christine. So I just said, yes, pre-recorded is always awesome because it lets you clean up the videos, right?
Jess, if you can do it, that's fantastic. I would say reserve that for select customers. You know,
Yeah.
and you know who I'm talking about, right? The customers that are genuinely interested. But sure, absolutely.
Yeah, short is good. That's it.
Yeah. All right. Speaking of which, I actually have a sort of it's a recording of a live video, right? So I want you to see this. This is my friend Chris Deere down in Tennessee, and he's interacting with a pair of his customers. And
hi Shannon, hi Jenny, how are you?
Hi Chris, we're good. Thanks for setting up this video chat with us.
Not a problem. You guys staying safe? Staying well?
We are, thanks.
Great. Now I got your email. I know I'm really glad that you liked the Centra commercial. And of course you can't come into the dealership right now to take a look at it. So I thought we could connect over a video chat. And that way I could answer some of the questions you had about some of the features. Now the vehicle, of course, is the 2020 Sentra SR with the premium package. This is the one that you were researching online. You wanted a car that was sporty. You'll notice a nice big wide stand, as well as some nice contoured lines that go down the side of the car. Plus it's backed up with some nice big sporty wheels. Another feature you had questions about was the intelligent around view monitor. It's actually located one of the cameras underneath the mirror there. And that helps with the 360-degree camera view of the car you were interested in. One thing I'm really excited to show you is our blind spot warning. Now, a lot of the competitors will mount it on the outside. We actually put ours on the interior of the car. The purpose of this is to keep your eyes in front so you can see the road, and those will actually appear in your peripheral. Now, you did have that adorable 2-year-old, so rear space is important for that car seat. You'll notice a nice big wide opening in the back to get in and out. So hopefully that answered all the questions you had in your email.
Yeah, I think so.
Terrific. So I'm going to follow this up with a digital brochure as well. I'm going to send some links to some 2020 Sentra how-to videos. Now, when you two are ready to come into the dealership and take a test drive, you can set up that appointment with me when it's convenient with you. And we're taking every step at the dealership to ensure your safety while you're here. So if there's anything else I can do for you, you let me know, okay?
Oh, that sounds great, Chris. Thank you. We love it.
Fantastic. All right. Stay well.
You too. Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.
All right, let me ask everyone, what best practices did you see used in this video? Go ahead and type those best practices in the chat. Or if you're feeling brave, raise your hand. Wendy will unmute you and tell us.
I don't see any hands going up, so the chats are probably coming alive.
All right, I can keep it moving. Oh,
Yeah, we've got a couple of chats that just did come in. So I have, were those actors or was that real interaction? That was one
How do
question.
you raise your hand?
Sam.
so Chris Deere he's kind of like, he is my indirect supervisor. He handles all the drivers whenever we do any pro driving events. He's a great guy.
And then Jessica, I think, has her hand raised with a little emoji, which I love. Is Jessica?
No, I don't know how she did that.
Oops. Go ahead. Did you have something?
Can you hear me?
Yeah, now we can.
I didn't know how to raise my hand. So he did safety features, like the most important safety feature with the blind spot warning, but explaining why it's inside, because people don't notice that, and you won't notice that on the outside because the car's not started. So, so safety features.
That's awesome.
Nice.
So, yeah. And then I have one more too from, let's see, Kristen offered in quick video, clean car, referred to the kid. Yeah, that's always great. Make it personal. And then Kelly from Nissan, Kelly Petra said, yeah, personalized. Great car, addressed all their questions.
Ruined it.
Nice.
I didn't mean him.
Awesome. I'll tell him. All right. When you
Hey.
guys are ready for live video, ask your customer if they are comfortable with a specific platform, such as FaceTime. Looks like we've got a star there already, right? Google Duo, which I believe is like FaceTime for an Android. I'm not sure, actually. Facebook Messenger. You've got Skype over here. Cisco's WebEx. You also have WhatsApp. And then our favorite, Zoom. Or there's others. I actually was on an Uber call, believe it or not. Uber. It was like Skype. It worked pretty well. There weren't a lot of folks on it. By the way, we're going to post these resources at the end of this presentation, and then you can also go to your either Google Play or the Apple App Store and download the platform of your choice. Anyone have any success stories of using video chat with customers?
Actually, I have a good one that just came in too from Jay Pearson. It's didn't ask for them to buy in that video. There was no ask. Oh,
Because Justine is ABS, always be selling. And that's good. True. And I think Chris's objective with that is in these times, I guess we have to be, I mean, you know your customers. You can go with your gut. You know after having a conversation. Just go with your instincts.
Yeah, I think hopefully you've built, before you've written, and my experience, obviously, with talking with these customers recently is that by the time you're going to actually do video, you're going to have enough reports. At that point, it might be the time to be able to ask for their business.
Yeah.
And like you said, go with your gut. But I think by that point of having video, I've been with one customer, I probably talked to them on the phone 20 minutes each time, 2 and 3 times a day at that point. And then the sales consultant's going out and then doing like the rest of the walk, confirming the stuff that we've kind of already talked about so they can visually see it versus like when they've already saw it online and it's been working well. So then at that point, they basically either do a closeout right there and say, is this something that after we've worked everything out, you guys are comfortable with this specific vehicle? This would be the one we would be, no, we want to change the color. Then we would show them the one that they'd want to see, and then we would close it out there. Or that we have managers that are doing the follow-up. How'd your call go? Did they answer all of your questions? Now can we, can I get a deposit type of call? So
Perfect.
That was just.
That's perfect. No, that's awesome. Yeah, you've been doing this a long time, though. It's good. Awesome. Thank you. Anyone else? Wendy?
I think we are looking good to move forward.
All right. Would you mind writing down what Justine just told us? Because that would be great for the report.
Absolutely.
Thank you. All right. Where was I? Where the heck am I? Okay. So pre-recorded video. This is the second type of video that you can use with your customers. This can be used with customers who are not comfortable with live streaming type technology. It does not involve an interaction. You will not be able to see their response, which is crucial. You won't be able to answer any additional questions they may have. You're going to have to find a place to store the video too, and I will get to that in a moment. But here you are. If you are recording a video to send to a customer, ensure that all the information is accurate as if you're providing it in writing. You want to make sure that it's 2 minutes or less per video. Of course, we want to personalize it. You want to practice your positioning and movement before beginning to record, and then review and edit the final result before sending it to a customer. Those of you that are familiar with what I used to do for a living, one time I said fuck functional once, and it was awful. It was on live TV, and that's exactly how it came out, and I was mortified. So at least when you're pre-recording something, you have the opportunity to catch it. So catch it and delete it. Anyway, I hope I didn't offend anyone with that. I'm sure you guys won't do that. You are far more professional than I am. Questions about any of this before we move on to NCAR?
I'm not seeing anything here in the chat, so I think
Hand raisers.
There's no hand raisers at this point.
I think someone, was Jessica asking how to raise her hand? Because if for those of you that got in a couple of minutes after we started, gee, it hasn't been that long. If so, tell me, I'll stop. Just go into participants and select the little blue hand, and that will raise your hand. Keep it moving and grooving?
Keep it moving, lady.
Okay, I promised to be finished by 3, so we're getting close. All right. NCAR 2.0, sending vehicle materials electronically, is a great way to follow up with your customer after a video interaction, as Chris just showed us with that really cool, he sent the video or the vehicle materials via the NCAR 2.0 on his smartphone. That was pretty cool. And then the function is right here. It is prominently displayed on the NCAR home screen. This, of course, is the tablet version that we're looking at here. So let's say your customer is ready to visit your dealership to continue that sales process. What will their experience be? Raise your hand if you have seen a communication from your dealership to customers addressing current business hours, changes to the sales process, or other information specific to today's environment. Wendy, tell me what you see.
Okay. All right, we've got Jessica raising her hand. Hold on here. Oh, we've got Jay Pearson. All right.
I raised my hand.
Did you?
I did.
Let's see if I can unmute. Why can't I unmute? Unmute. All right, Jessica, you're unmuted.
So I've seen our website updated, and I've seen, obviously, within the dealership communication that they've updated customers on hours and protocol of what they're doing. We are not open for sales yet, just online sales. So it's been a lot of what the restrictions are and how they're performing, like how they're doing certain things like delivery and stuff like that with the customers. I do have a question while you have me, is on the send vehicle materials, has that gotten faster to transmit to the customers? I know with the NCAR before, because I like this, it's taken probably until the next day to get the materials. Has that gotten faster?
I think you're still looking at 24 hours, unfortunately.
Okay.
I'll put in my report though, make it faster.
Because if we're doing the timing and we're doing the video and we're doing it digital, the fire is going to be there when they get that, and they're going to want to read about it. So yeah. Just a thought.
Okay. I will let them know. That's a great point. Thank you, Jessica.
You're welcome.
And now I'm unmuting Jay Pearson.
That's Justine.
Justine, thank you for that.
Sure.
Yeah, I think she hit the nail on the head pretty much with everything she said. Yeah, I mean, we're doing the same thing. We have on our website now the express purchase thing, so customers can specifically go in, say they're interested in a 2020 Sentra. They can completely go through the process online throughout, like down to picking aftermarket products and things like that. So that would be the biggest change that we're seeing. because we have a big BDC center. So,
Yeah, you do.
you know, and then we have some of our sales consultants are working from home, so they're able to completely work numbers and things like that with their customer, pretty much doing everything they want,
Right.
changing their own price, deciding, you know, giving credit applications. It's just step by step versus them having to originally look for a car. Then you go here. No, it actually just says, okay, now that you found the right car, let's hit this, and then it takes you through the sales process virtually, which is better, like what we would be doing here in person. So
Yeah.
it's pretty cool.
So in your case, creating a video is like, it's the close, isn't it?
Yeah, like confirming, right? Like, so we see
Not a video, but in
anything
chat,
that you,
sorry.
anything that we get, even from Nissan USA or the NGAGE, oh my goodness, I can't think of what are we talking about right now? This,
Talking about
this
NCAR
app.
2.0,
NCAR, sorry. So NCAR, all the things where people actually look up the car that they're looking for, it's not the real car, it's a stock car.
Right.
So like the point of the video at that point, really where you would be taking your customer out and physically showing them the car when they got here. You're kind of doing it a little bit backwards. Most of the customers know, okay, I know I want an SR with this trim level, but I don't know if I want it in black or gray. Well, yeah, look online. Well, black and gray online versus black and gray in the actual physical car are two different things. So that's what I think we're using it more for. Like you said earlier, it just depends on the customer. If the guy's, what is your girl or the customer is just looking for the initial, oh, maybe I need to know if I like this versus another brand, then you would do a video sooner. But I feel like we're doing videos just as that final, like, yes, this is what I'm looking for.
Yeah, and then you zoom in really close to like the seats and the controls, and they can get a better, bird's eye view of everything. Okay.
Right, the real color. Yeah, or if they say, well, I'm not sure if I'd fit in it, you might say, okay, here's how tall are you? Okay, here's this, we got a 6'2" guy, he's sitting in it, pretty comfortable, look at his leg room. Like, just silly things. Like, we had someone do that recently with the Sentra, and I know not many people know who's in our dealership, but we had Chris go out.
I was just going to say Chris Solars.
yeah, exactly, and have, like, the customer was like, oh, yeah, I feel comfortable at this point saying this would probably be the car that we can narrow down to come out and do. We're not allowed to call test drives, but like a loaner. So yeah, that's pretty much it though.
Cool. You already have this nailed then. You're doing great.
No.
Awesome.
No, we don't have it nailed down, but it's changing every day. I think every customer changes because you just got to go with maybe their comfortability.
Yeah, exactly. That's huge right there. Go with what they're comfortable with. It's all about making them feel good and feel comfortable. Great. Thank you, Justine. Anyone else, Wendy?
Actually, Sam had his hand raised too. So Sam, you're unmuted. Did you have something to add?
Just that we're inundated with daily communications on status. We're not a dealership for the reason, but we're talking about it every single day, electronically, emails.
Yeah.
So.
Good.
Thank you.
We even get a daily list of all the closed dealers. So, but anyway, kind of not exactly on the topic you were on.
Yeah, yeah. Hopefully everyone is opening up soon.
Yeah.
I hope so.
It's coming down every day. Today we're down to 92 closed today.
Okay. All right. Is that Jersey or is that including PA?
That's all the way from Delaware to Maine.
Got it. Oh, wow. Okay.
Out of 187 dealers.
That's good. Yeah, that's pretty good.
Are closed.
Awesome.
Well, that's good news. Thanks, Sam.
I mean,
that's awesome.
It was 162 at one point in time.
Wow. So almost half have opened back up. That's great.
It's wonderful, especially considering where we are all at with Jersey and PA, and it's wonderful.
Yeah. My bum is hurting from this chair, so I want to stand in front of a class again.
Do it. All right, I'm going to keep it moving. You guys ready?
Do it.
Okay, so I've got a couple things to show you about NCAR. So this is before I go to NCAR. I think did I skip it? Did I skip something? Oh, I didn't. Okay, good. This is really important. This slide here, this shows part of the content at Nissan USA nissan.com/coronavirus. This is where Nissan is communicating with our customers as conditions evolve. You all have noted that it's changing on a daily, if not an hourly basis. Please remain familiar with the information that it contains. Feel free to write down the link. It's www.nissanusa.com/coronavirus. Of course, we will have this link provided at the end of training today. And when you confirm an appointment for a customer to visit your dealership, let's set their expectations. So let's let them know that what your dealership's practices and policies are for social distancing, surface cleaning, and so on. So here are some ideas. Perhaps there's a standard statement that your dealership has created of these policies that are for use with customers that you could give them, or you could share of these policies that your dealership has already posted. How's this? We're going to do one more poll. Poll number 4, dealership policies. And Wendy, tell us about the poll.
All right. So, dealership policies and standards. What is currently in place at your dealership? And this is a multiple selection. So check all that apply. Is it spacing out appointments that's happening? Is it vehicle pickups and drop-offs that are happening? Are you able to provide a mobile service? Are you periodically cleaning the store and the vehicles? Is there a 6-foot marking like we see everywhere? Ooh, it's a little bit of everything. I'm lighting up. Hand sanitizer and service intro video.
Nice.
So, yeah, I'm getting a lot here. I got 1 out of 3 for service intro video. I've got hand sanitizer coming in hot. I've got periodically cleaning everything coming in hot. So let me show you the results here. And that's what we're looking at.
Wow.
What's happening in our dealer.
Good. All right. Thank you, Wendy.
Yes,
I'm going to keep it moving as I'm looking at the clock. I don't want to lose anyone if we don't have to. This is a job aid for some dealership best practices during these times. So for reception, of course, you want to remain or you want to stay more than 6 feet away when greeting your customer. We all have to come up with a great new alternative to shaking hands. I think about Howie Mandel, and he was quite a genius, wasn't he? Look at him. You know, he was all about the fist pump. We have to find out another way to convey our enthusiasm without having to touch our customers. I don't know. Offer hand sanitizer and use it yourself first so that your customer knows that you're using it. You also want to offer, of course, when you're offering that bottled water to your customer, make sure that the customer has already seen you use the hand sanitizer. That will make them feel more comfortable. During consultation, when they're in the dealership, of course, you want to wipe down the surfaces, your desk, your chair, etc., before you offer them a seat. You want to arrange the seating so you are maintaining the social distance guidelines. And then, of course, like you're already doing, send video links, electronic documents to the customer's device versus viewing on the dealership tablet. We're going to get there in a moment. If you do have to use the tablet, make sure that you wipe it down in full view of the customer. For the presentation, you want to point out posted dealership standards for cleaning vehicle touch points. Make sure you wipe vehicle surfaces in front of the customer. Open all the vehicle windows. Have the customer sit inside while you stand outside. During the demo drive, you want to point out posted dealership standards for cleaning the vehicle touch points and wipe vehicle surfaces in full view of that customer. Open the windows. Allow one customer in at a time. If you have a couple that wants to go together, maybe they don't want you to join them. That is a high possibility these days. Maybe you could offer them an unaccompanied demonstration drive. Of course, that's at your individual dealership's discretion. And then for delivery, you're going to want to use the web-based NCAR 2.0 to eliminate the need for the customer to handle the dealership tablet. I am getting to that. Want to provide proof of vehicle sanitation and or wipe the vehicle touch points in front of your customer, open the windows, invite the owner to sit like you would ordinarily. And then you might even want to offer home delivery at the dealership's discretion and even follow-up delivery to go over some of the technology once COVID is passed. I'm not going to spend a lot of time here, but there's a little thingy out there called verbatims. Some of the surveys say that the customers are seeing, that the dealerships might not be following these standards. I'm sure it's none of you all. This is a national survey that they launched. So just be mindful that our customers absolutely want to see us maintaining these social distancing guidelines and if possible, wearing protective gear such as masks, using the hand sanitizers, and cleaning the vehicles. And of course, before we get to that, just want to remind you all, and you know this, customers are concerned about their health and their safety. We're concerned about your health and safety. And if they don't see this cleaning that's taking place, the customer just may not think that it's actually happening at all. So just make sure you continue to do what you're already doing brilliantly. Questions about that before I move on to NCAR, because I have some stuff to tell you about NCAR. It's changing.
Yeah, I'm going to unmute Jessica because she had a quick
Yeah.
question here before her folks go. Go ahead, Jessica.
Oh, I didn't have a question.
Oh, I thought you did. Okay, sorry
Oh,
about
no,
that.
that was Justine.
Justine
Yeah.
did.
Go ahead.
Justine, do you have a question?
Oh yeah, sorry, I was trying to get it on mute. And it's only because I don't know if you're even going to cover this, and it's more of a side question about like the survey. Like we've been struggling obviously to get the surveys, you know, like without coaching your people, like on what to say or what to do, like, and I know that's not part of the questions anymore, but a lot of my guys and girls keep coming up and saying like, okay, so I feel like I'm not able to like go over all the questions the same way. Like, and I didn't know if you guys have been talking about that on your end, and if anything's going to change with the survey, are they going to cut a break, or is there any, like, and then is there any advice you could kind of give real quick? Because I know a couple people that were, Rich was a big one that he, you know, we're always staying on top of that. Kristen is also, I just want to make sure if there's anything that you could offer before they dip out, and I do apologize to other people that's on here, but that's just a big question I had.
So from what I understand, the questions involving navigation or pairing the phone using Bluetooth, they were to be suspended. Is that correct, Wendy? Is it, or Sam, you might want to jump in on this one?
Two of the questions on the sales survey and 2 on the service survey are not being scored any longer as of April 1.
And it's the Bluetooth question, the navigation question,
Yes.
the sales to service handoff. Is that one?
I think it's the tablet question and service. I'm not sure the exact 4 questions.
Like the introduction to service?
Yeah,
So what-
no, not introduction to service, but the other 2 that you mentioned, Navi and Bluetooth, I believe.
So the
Okay, so we're
introduction to
talking
service,
them through the service. So we can't introduce them to like our service, like the people in service, because we're like, sometimes we don't have staff or something like that. So that, I mean, we're telling them that. I was just curious, you know.
Yeah, so I asked specifically about the introduction to service question, and the month of February and March were the 2 highest scores ever in history for those questions.
Okay.
So it seemed like it would create a revolt if they suddenly unscored one of the, you know, a question that it was at its peak.
Yeah. Well, it's at its peak. They at its peak because of the money that's on the line for people to make sure they answer that question correctly. So I don't know if they're really getting the correct information. Is the customer really getting introduced, or is it like, hey, the salesperson's really pushing that answer to be answered because they know how important it is for scoring. But yeah, and I just didn't know.
Continue to monitor, but they've eliminated scoring for 2 of the questions thus far.
Thank you. Okay.
so Justine, really quick, we talked about maybe you could do that sales to service handoff virtually using the device, or maybe creating a video intro to service. I realize it's not quite the same, but that might help.
Okay. Yeah, maybe asking one of the service guys to just introduce themselves that way, and then we could say we did it virtually. I know.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
And nice to virtually
you.
meet you.
Yeah. Sorry for that. I know that was like off topic, but I know a couple of the guys really wanted to ask that.
Yeah, sure. So let me jump on this really quick because NCAR it's going to change. I don't want you guys to suddenly get really surprised. So they're upgrading NCAR 2.0. So here's the deal. It was released April 1st. You guys are aware of the fact it's now web-based as well? No? Okay. So what you do is now you can visit ncar.nissan. No www. No .com. ncar.nissan. And then you're going to see a little login pop up. You log in with your NNA Net credentials. What this means is you no longer have to download the app to your tablet or track the updates. Yay. You will always be connected to the most up-to-date version. Tablet app will remain available during a transition period. You will be notified before it goes away. You do not need to remove the app from your device once it goes away. And earlier we did mention NCAR's send vehicle materials function right here. I don't know if you guys can see. Oh yeah, thank you. Thank you, Wendy. You can use that function when the customer is in store, allowing them to view materials on their own device rather than handling the dealership tablet. So web-based NCAR eliminates two other points at which the customer previously had to touch the tablet. Let me show this to you really quickly. The remote vehicle selection function allows customers to select the features that they want you to cover during the delivery, just like usual, only now they're going to do this using their own device. The way you do this is you choose the feature selection on the NCAR dashboard, right? And then that feature selection screen appears to my right. You're going to select complete remotely at the bottom. It's a yellow box. And then the complete remotely screen is going to pop up, looks just like this. There it is. So what you do now is you enter the customer's email address and check the box at the bottom for in-dealership feature selection. NCAR is going to email the customer a unique link to their delivery feature selection screen. Now that NCAR is web-based, there's no need for the customer to download the app to their personal device or enter a delivery code. They're just going to click on that unique link in that email to visit NCAR on the internet. So then they're going to select their desired delivery features on their own device and email the list back to you so they don't have to mess with the tablet anymore. Here's the bad news. You got to check here's the good news. Check that box. Here's the bad news. If you forget to check the box that Wendy has checked in green, and there's a yellow arrow next to it, if you forget to check that box, NCAR is going to have to email the customer a delivery code, but the bad news is the customer is going to have to download the NCAR app onto their device. So you want to make sure to always check the box when you're using the remote feature selection because it makes life so much easier on you and on your customer. All right, so now here as a temporary measure, Nissan will accept a sales consultant entering COVID-19 on the customer signature line at the end of delivery. You don't have to capture their signature anymore. You personally as a sales consultant must continue to sign in the sales consultant section acknowledging that the delivery was completed per Nissan policy. This alternative to the customer selection or signature will be accepted until further notice. And as I mentioned earlier, a video introduction to service is a great idea these days. If you don't have a standard video, you could suggest making one with your sales manager or with your service manager. Maybe it could include the personal introductions like we spoke about earlier with Justine. So I want to thank everyone for your time and attention. Really quickly before you have to bounce out of here, please complete the evaluation. Just like you do ordinarily when I come to your dealership, just go ahead and open up the camera app on your phone and then allow it to hover over the QR code, and then it will take you to a virtual evaluation. It's not a test, it's an evaluation. And I want to thank you so much for all of your time. And if you have any questions, we're here for you. I just know some of you have to get going, but for those of you that don't, please let me know what questions you might have. I see the chat box lighting up. Wendy, what's going on?
Yeah, so I have a hand raised from Jessica. It's been raised, but I don't see her there. So Jessica, are you there?
Yes, of course my hand's raised.
No problem.
Okay, I have a few questions. As Justine was talking about what she was saying, just a thought, maybe using the same verbiage that you would if the customer was in the showroom to introduce them to service and say, like after the sale, email them that video, like a short video. Now I want to introduce you to our service department. Now that you've taken delivery of your car, something like that. And then just, show them the door and then introduce a service writer. Just a thought I had for that.
Yeah.
The other question I had regarding the survey is the tablet question going to be on the survey if we're doing a remote NCAR? So is the tablet question going to be on there? And then my other question more specifically to us here is the time out of the dealership because of the lapse in surveys. How is that going to affect Invest in the Best? And is there any, like, you need so many surveys for 3 months, and you know we'll be out 2 months or whatever. How is that going to affect us? Like, how's time out going to affect us as salespeople for that? And then I had one more. Oh, Nissan Connect. For the NCAR at delivery, how is Nissan Connect with the password and all of that handled if they do it remotely?
Sam, you want to take that?
So for the Invest in the Best question, they've changed from a minimum of 6 per 3-month period to a minimum of 25% of your surveys that were sent out were completed. And that took effect April 1, and you can see that in the bulletins.
Oh, that's my bird feeder. Hold on, there I am. Hi.
Hi.
I didn't realize where the camera was.
So that has already gone into effect for this quarter.
Okay. I just get nervous because of how Invest in the Best works, and then sales, depending on how sales pick up and getting to that 11. And then
so theoretically, you could now have 1 survey and still qualify, whereas last quarter it was 6.
The units are still 11 to qualify, and then getting to that 11, the one, like, are any of those numbers going to be adjusted or no?
So far, just the survey count.
Is it just us?
Yeah.
It's, okay. Like, everyone left?
Yes.
I'm in Pennsylvania, so, and our dealer's doing online, and they're bringing back people in phases. So my phase isn't ready yet. So I just don't know when it will be ready. And these are just questions. This is the first time I've connected with work the whole time. So, hey, I did my hair and everything.
I'm looking up the sales bulletin, see exactly the verbiage, but.
And then what about Nissan Connect? And then I know we're going, like, is the customer going to be instructed to do that? Because we are percentage, we need the penetration of the Nissan Connect connections.
My trip to my room.
And so how are we going to handle that with the customer?
It's still 61%.
Okay, so
No
still
change on that yet.
Still download the app, like instruct them to download the app. The only reason why I asked is I like to be prepared. I'm very, hi Christine. But if I can do a video that says, or something like a template that says, this is how Nissan Connect services, it is available in your car. Here's how you do it, basically. And I know on the Nissan USA website, it actually has that as a link of how to connect everything. Nissan USA is looking pretty good. As far as instructions for the customers.
And Invest in the Best doesn't have a sales minimum, but it has a sales volume bonus that begins at unit number 12.
12.
But there's no minimum sales qualifier like in past years.
And
but that changed before COVID.
The service question is going to stay on there for the 89%, or is that going to be adjusted as well for a requirement?
The intro to service, no, that's still on, and it's not 89. Yeah, it is 89% Q15F.
Okay, thank you for answering these. I appreciate it. I think those are all my questions.
And I think, just to go back to where we were before, the questions for the service that are being suppressed are, one of them has to do with the amenities.
Mm-hmm.
And
the tablet, I think.
Let me see if I can pull it up here.
Yeah, it's for service. You're talking about for service, Kelly.
Right, because we didn't know what they were for service. So that's one of them.
So tablet question is out for service, but tablet question is in for sales.
Let me see. I'm going to tell you.
Thank you.
I had I had it in the newswire.
Yeah, that's where I'm opening. Okay, so for sales, it's the offer to pair, connect to Bluetooth, and offer to show navigation. And for service, it's a technology amenities offered and the food beverage amenities offered. So yeah, that's, I guess, would be the tablet and then the food and beverages.
Okay. Okay. Now, just a general question is, every state is different. So I know Nissan is a big place, but is every state being treated differently, or is it Nissan as a whole is being accommodating to the states separately? Weird
No,
question.
we can't. Think about legally, we have to treat all 50 states the same.
Okay. Okay.